Hey guys, got a lot of stuff off the shelves behind me, and you know what that means? That means I'm going to review a whole bunch of stuff. I'm making a top 10 list, and it's going to be top 10 horror gems that you might have missed. First up at number 10 is Afflicted. Now, I got this a couple weeks ago. I actually did it on VOD with my buddy Tim, like months and months ago, and I really, really liked it. So I wanted to buy it, and I didn't think they'd have it, but Best Buy had it, so I picked this up. And the reason this is so low on the list is just because it actually got pretty popular in the horror community. But I don't know really because I don't have too many people who I know who are solely horror, kind of just like me. But this is a really good movie. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but this is a movie where these two guys, Derek Lee and Cliff Prowse, they go on this worldwide trip. And basically, when they're on this worldwide trip, this guy kind of hooks up with the one girl, and then they try to cockblock him, and then they find him all bloody and bitten and stuff, and then he starts getting weird powers, and yeah, you can kind of tell what kind of movie it's going to be from there. And number 9 is Death Lives. I'm pretty sure this is, this is Tales from the Crypt, 1972 movie, so it's pretty old, but not too many people know about it. A really good horror anthology. Basically, three or four different segments, and one involves the Reaper. One involved, I don't know. I haven't seen this in a long time. It is a region-free Blu-ray. It didn't come out, or whatever reason. But a really, really good horror anthology. Probably one of the best I've actually seen in a very long time. At number 8, we have Nailbiter. Now, Nailbiter, I want to talk about this. This is a werewolf movie. I know. I saw this movie a couple years ago, actually. I didn't see it, but I saw it, and it kind of looked interesting a couple years ago. And then I never got around to seeing it, and then I was at a local video store, and I saw they had it, so I picked it up. And this is one of those movies that I really wish I had on Blu-ray, but this is the thing. This won a bunch of horror festivals, if you can't tell. And this is why it's so far down the list, because this is an excellent movie, so beautifully shot and everything. The music tones this movie down so much. This is also probably one of my most disappointing movies just because of the sound. Now, there's a quote from Eli Roth that actually says, he said, horror movies can be shit unless they have good sound. It's something along the lines of that, and I thought that was really smart because this movie could have went so good, but the music killed it, and I think that this movie could have been a lot better. It probably would have been number 1 or 2. At number 7, we have The Inflicted. The Inflicted. This stars Sid Haig, Bill Moseley, a few decent, like if you watch a lot of Doug Bradley, Martin Harris, I don't know how to say her name. I don't care, but really good movie about this guy and this dad kills his daughter, and then he goes and he wants to kill more people apparently, and then his son takes after him, and he dates these women, he has sex with these women, then he kills the women, and he decides to impregnate one of them. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. At number 6, we have Colin. You can't go wrong with this movie. This movie is probably one of the most beautifully shot movies I've ever watched, ever. Now, a lot of people might not agree with that statement because there is shaky cam in this movie. If you go into this thinking, oh, I'm going to get these really nice, steady shots about it. No. Let me show you what this movie's like. Oh my god, the zombies. We have to go. Oh my god, zombies. It's stuff like that, and it's really low quality. Now, that is when it's on the human's perspective. Now, when you're watching the humans, you get that shaky cam kind of stuff. When you focus on the zombies, this is that steady cam. This is the so beautifully, nicely shot, nice, just mastered, just amazing type of movie that probably one of the most beautifully shot cinematographer movies of, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I kind of messed up on my words there, but this movie was made for $75. That was the budget for this movie. I don't know how much more independent you could go But basically, this movie is about this guy right here. His name is Colin. He gets bitten by a zombie, then he turns into a zombie, and then we just follow Colin throughout his journey. And that's pretty much the movie. At number 5, we have Stitches. Stitches is a movie that I personally enjoy. It's from Dark Sky Films, which is just perfect for me, because I love Dark Sky Films. If you can't tell, Hatchet franchise is one of my favorite movies of all time. Favorite franchise, probably one of them. At least, it's up there. Got them up there. All of them. But Hatchet is pretty much my favorite movie of all time because it just pays homage to what those movies were like back in the 80s, and it was just classic 80s horror movies. And this movie is about this clown named Stitches, and he dies at this birthday party, and then this kid turns 18, he's having another birthday party, so he rises from the dead to kill all the guys. Kill people. Yep, that's this movie. Stitches is a really fun movie that you could pop into popcorn and just play at a birthday party, or, it's really, really fun, gory, bloody fun. At number 4, we have one of my favorite movies of all time, Escape from Tomorrow. This movie I count as a horror movie because it has so many horror elements. It's more of a psychological, mental horror movie, but it still counts. Now, this Blu-ray you can't get anywhere but Best Buy. It was only running for about 2 weeks or so, and I was so lucky to pick this up. It was like $15. It was the best price I could see, and it was just such a good movie. Like, there were so many good moments in this movie. The one in the dome with the robot and everything, that was such a good scene. But this movie is about this guy, and he gets fired from his work, and then he goes to Disneyland, and it's the last day at Disneyland. He doesn't tell anyone he was fired, and he spends all this money and stuff, and he keeps following these two, really hot young girls, I guess you could say, and it's kind of pedophile-ish, but he keeps seeing weird visions and stuff, and there's so many cool scenes, what's going on, and when they reveal at the end, it's one of the biggest plot twists. I think I jumped out of my seat in the theater when I saw this. It was in limited release, so I was able to see it at my local theater. I don't know why they carried it, but whatever. Really, really good. You should really check this out if you haven't already. Now, these next few, including Escape from Tomorrow, these next 3 are probably some of these movies that I have had for a very long time, and that they're probably some of my favorite movies that I think I've ever owned. This is a Stephen C. Miller film. He did the Silent Night remake. He did Ottoman Transformation, the zombie movie. Really fun, gory one. But this one is Under the Bed, and he really did a good job. I know that, no, not Ottoman Transformation. He did the aggression scale, too. He did do the aggression scale. I forgot about that one. And this is from the guys who did VHS 1 and 2, right there. The producers, anyway. And it's a really, really good one. We're about this kid. He gets sent away to his aunt because they think he's crazy about this thing living under his bed. But really, he comes home and his brother moves into his room because he missed him. And he's seeing the same thing. And it's their quest to try to kill this thing. And the monster effects in this movie, the goriness, so much screams nice horror, and it's just amazing. You should really check it out. And at number 2, we have the classic 80s horror movie. This movie actually came out in 1999, and it's Bloody Murder. Now, this movie screams 80s. It's for Trevor Morehouse. So many good things about it. I've heard, I haven't even seen it, I don't own it, because I'm scared. But Bloody Murder 2 is supposed to be even better than this one, and this is one of the best movies I think I've ever seen. Terrible acting, of course, in any horror movie. Not really full of blood, you'll be surprised. There's not that much blood in this, except for one sequence, where we find out that Trevor Morehouse is real. And it's basically about this girl, and she goes to camp, and a bunch of people start getting murdered in camp, and yeah, you know where it goes from there. And finally, for the number 1 spot, one of the best movies ever, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. No, I'm just joking. It's Blood Runs Cold. Blood Runs Cold. I cannot say enough about this movie. This movie is so good. It's fun because this movie has one of the best opening sequences in a movie I think I've ever seen. It's basically about this musician, and she's kind of off in her mood and everything, and then He goes back to her hometown, meets up with a bunch of friends. She goes out to her cabin, and this guy's there, and he's basically an immortal stopping killer machine, even when his head gets crushed. Yeah, and it's bloody, very, very gory, very, very bloody. Probably one of the bloodiest movies out there. It kind of is up there with Hatchet, and one of those, where it's really bloody, really gory, but awesome, awesome movie. Well, there you have it, guys. It's my top 10 missed horror gems you might have missed, or whatever you want to call it. I have my list here, But, yeah, don't remember to give a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, but definitely comment. I really want to just kind of get a discussion going about what you think about these movies. If you've seen them, just tell me anything you want me to check out, especially, if you feel like you disagree with this, I want to hear what you mean, because some of these are pretty popular, like the first few, but that's about it. So I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.